Okay, I'm going to be straightforward with you here. This video is going to eventually turn into just a rant video, so be prepared for that. And that is really because what happened the other day is one of the main reasons that, well, not that I don't like football, it's just one of the things I hate about it. So just a little warning there. Anyway, getting into the video, there was a little incident that occurred at the West Brom Wolves FA Cup game yesterday. So I'm just going to go over a quick recap of the game and then get into it. So West Brom were facing Wolves in a 4th round FA Cup tie at the Hawthorns, and Wolves ended up winning this game 2-0. However, just after Wolves scored their second goal, fights started breaking out in the stands, and what ended up happening was Wolves fans in the West Brom end were being attacked and beaten up by West Brom fans. And yes, they were being attacked by the opposition fans because they were fucking losing the game. That's why they were being beaten up, really. So security and police had to get involved. They basically started carrying Wolves fans off the pitch away from the violence, and obviously they could only carry certain Wolves fans away, they couldn't just carry all of them away. So some fans were beaten so badly that they were bleeding, and there were some videos on like Twitter and all that going around Twitter that you can genuinely see that these fans are bleeding all over their face. Obviously I'm not going to show that on YouTube because they don't like it. So yeah, fans were beaten up because their team was winning, and I'm guessing they were celebrating as well. They were celebrating the second goal. So that's the other thing. West Brom fans will try to justify this by saying they were celebrating and it got annoying. Wow, they were celebrating their team scoring. Like, honestly, are you such a fucking barbarian that you can't take the opposition celebrating? Yes, they're in your end, but this is just ridiculous. If Wolves fans are celebrating, be a fucking grown-up and just deal with it. Your team's losing. The other team have a right to celebrate. Like, if this was the other way around, you'd want the right to celebrate as well. So, okay, so there were statements from the FA that I'm just going to quickly read out. So they go, the disorder that occurred at the Black Country derby between West Bromwich Albion and Wolverhampton Wanderers is completely unacceptable. Obviously, you can't just go around beating people up because your team's fucking losing. Then it goes on to say, safety and security are of the utmost importance, and the behaviour of those involved was dangerous and inexcusable. We will be investigating these serious incidents alongside the clubs and the relevant authorities, and the appropriate action will be taken. So when it says the appropriate action will be taken, I hope that the people that were basically beating up other fans, I hope that they get arrested and they don't get a really crappy, like, few-month sentence. I hope they're put into prison for several years because they assaulted people. You can't just let them off with a light sentence because it was at a football game. I'm not entirely sure how these usually turn out, but these people need to be put in prison for assault. You can't give them any excuses, because then that tells other people that that it's not that it's okay to do this, but if you do this, you can basically assault someone at a football game and you'll get a lighter sentence than if you do it on the street. But I don't know how those go out, so I'm not going to go too much into a rant of that. So going on to the actual incident itself, I just can't believe that stuff like this still happens. I mean, the people that have done this, the people that are beating up Wolves fans because they were celebrating a second goal, how much of a barbaric dickhead do you have to be to actually do that? It's like, I really, really don't understand the mindset of these football fans. It's like, you have to go and beat people up, like, what, 5-10 on 1? And I get that they might be chanting some things that annoy you, but most of these people are meant to be adults. There are literally families in these stands that are probably Wolves fans, and if you go around beating up Wolves fans, you're now not just putting adults in danger, you're putting children in danger as well. And that is taken a lot more seriously than you just beating up an adult. When you put other people in danger as well, this is just, I just can't believe how ridiculous this is. We're supposed to be like civilized, we're supposed to be civilized people, and we're going around beating each other up because we support a different team. I thought we got past that. I thought this was left back in like the 80s. I think there were people saying at this point that it looked like a game from the 80s. And this is just beyond ridiculous. I don't get the mindset of these barbaric fans. It's like, and I know that it's not all the fans, but if I'm honest, I think they need to come down very, very hard on the teams, because this happens every now and then, yes, but you just can't afford to have this happening at all. Honestly, I think that they should just go and punish the club. Like, literally, they were beating up other fans, like I've said a million times already, literally for like no reason. It's not like the Wolves fans started attacking the West Brom fans and then the West Brom fans were just defending themselves. No, they actively just went out to look for Wolves fans to actually beat them up. So the problem you've got here as well is they can't arrest everyone that was involved in this, because they can't identify everyone that was involved in this. So honestly, they need to punish West Brom. A lot of fans aren't going to like that, because a lot of fans didn't do anything wrong. But you need to like ban them from the FA Cup for like 5 years or something. They could do a points deduction, which I wouldn't really be bothered about, and they could relegate West Brom as well. You need to punish someone for this really to stop. And I know that seems very, very extreme to like punish the club, even though technically the club haven't done anything, but the fans represent the club. And if your fans are going to act like a bunch of barbarians that think they're tough because they can beat up people 5-10 on one, then that either needs to stop or the club needs to be punished. Because if you punish the club, you're punishing really the fan. Well, you're punishing these fans, and I know you're punishing all the fans by doing that, but just don't beat people up at games, and then we wouldn't have problems like this. Like, seriously, this is something that I only ever see in football as well. So really, I do think that really the FA need to come down hard on this, and they won't be able to arrest everyone. So in my opinion, no one's going to agree with this. I just think they need to punish West Brom. Like, literally, it's harsh, but for things like this to stop, you need to be harsh in your punishments. The harsher you are now, the more likely it will be stamped out. Well, it won't always be completely stamped out, but the harsher you are, the more it'll be stamped out. So yeah, that's my little rant on the incident at the Wolves West Brom game. So if you liked this little rant, I don't usually do these a lot. If you like this little rant, leave a like and make sure to go to my channel to check out my other videos. And yeah, so thank you for listening, and I will see you in the next video that hopefully isn't a rant like this one.